It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. And it comes your way next.
We've been here so many times, and you still stand in awe at the size of this place. We're at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to Arlington, Texas. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Santos out for the opening kick. And off we go from Dallas. Short kick gathered in at the 15. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State fourth-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, well, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
Opening play, and Dak's gonna throw. That throw finds Pickens. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 3. He's on the move. He takes it himself. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First down, here's Dak. That one's cut along the left sideline. There it is, touchdown! The Cowboys take a 6-0 lead right away. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Devin Duvernay to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Bears as they get set for their debut series. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Caleb was one of the most hyped prospects ever out of college football, and I'm not speaking out of turn or any hyperbole there. That's why he was the #1 pick. And you put on his highlight reel, Kate, You can put that highlight reel against anybody the last 50 years. The way that he creates and extends plays, the ways that he can run and still sling it totally off platform and off balance all over the field. He also does it with a flair and eccentricity that is unique and really not common coming into the league as well. A superstar in the making.
The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 4. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And that's a Chicago first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Williams to throw on first. Throwing the out route complete. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. It's taken in by Rome Odunze. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Bears first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Has it downfield, working the left. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Opening script working gangbusters so far. 1st and 10 now at the 29. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bears first down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
First down throw by Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and it forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Here's Williams. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears finish off their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Short kick here, fielded at the 17. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Dallas sending its offense out for the second time this game. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun is Prescott. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That is Kyler Gordon. And the Bears put together a wonderful return. Gets him back inside the 40 following the interception. And as they celebrate the turnover, we're going to shift our focus to one of his teammates who appears to be injured following that play. Team staff heading out to look at him now. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, here's Swift. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
1st down, and they go right back to him. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. The tackle made by Mozzie Smith. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Working from the gun, Williams. Looking right, and he finds him. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Carney's kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Here's Cavante Turpin on the return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, you got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
They've got first down from the 31. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
You just feel this defense starting to come alive, don't you, Kate? Got their first turnover last time out. Now they put their first sack on the board. In big plays on that side of the ball, well, they can come in bunches. Defense sure hopes to keep this faucet going, and the offense wants to turn the spigot off immediately.
All right, here we go. Second down. Another try following the sack. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Dak now from the gun. Getting out to him. The pressure's there, and it closes in on him. He's dropped for the sack, and that is what should bring us to the end of this opening quarter. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Cowboys punting it away here on fourth, and it's the longtime vet Brian Anger on now. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be Bears football. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. First and 10. Out of the pistol, Williams. Cowboys rushing in, and they bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Offense to the line for second down. A draw now. This is Swift. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. It's about 3 yards, but still a tall mountain to climb. Third and long upcoming.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Williams with third and long. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
On fourth down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. Looking to return from the 29. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that one a 44-yard punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Jalen Johnson with the stop. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
From the 41. This ball's cut by Pickens. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing on 1st is Prescott. Ferguson there to bring it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They're now set for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Dak throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Completed to his running back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. But that's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. Gay's kick is good. And we're all tied up now in the 1st half.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Duvernay on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Williams. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now here he goes. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. 1st down, Williams. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Williams from the gun. Chased out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Swift. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought down by Deron Bland.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Looking slant route, complete. And they take him down right along the 30.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. And it's the Bears with only a yard to go here on 3rd down. To throw, Williams. Has his man, it's a Dunze. And he tried to power it forward, but I don't think he got it. Offense staying out there, it's 4th and 1. They'll run it with Swift. He gets the 1st and more inside the 15. And he's finally taken down at the 3. What a play on 4th down. They get the 1st after a gain of 27.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. To throw is Williams. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. Carney's kick is good, and they've taken back the lead.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Kick taken in here at the 17. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. The Cowboys taking over on offense. Not much time left before halftime. And they'll need to be judicious in using that final timeout, Brock, but they still could put a scoring drive together before the break.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
First down, here's Dak. He's on the move. He's running with it. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon.
Tick, tick, tick. Tick-tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Offense in the hurry up here. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw it. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bears in front. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Tyler Scott now to return it. And look at this return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Now Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again following the sack. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And he's brought down for a loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Now that is exactly how you drew it up at halftime defensively. Make a big play. On that money down, you got to cash in on 3rd downs. They're going to be huge in the second half. Make sure you get yourself off the field in short order, which they did. And now you give some momentum to your offense when they get the ball back.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. He signals for the fair catch and brings it in. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. The Cowboys offense headed out there. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. This is complete. Jalen Tolbert. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. From the gun is Prescott. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 35 out of that one. And that will set up 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that makes it 2nd and goal. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the 1st snap through this 2nd half. There have not...
And in for the Dallas touchdown! So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys take a 4-point lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Scott now to return. And a great return has the offense just a touch shy of midfield as they start this drive. The Bears back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Williams on the play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Williams thrown again here on 2nd down. Escapes the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. That was Micah Parsons making that play. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Working from the gun, Williams. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And he's tackled for a short gain. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 19. Throwing the out route complete. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Out of the pistol, Williams. Drops back. Needs an open man.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Oh, quick throw here, left side. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Only 1 yard, but when all you need is an inch or two, Brock, that'll still move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. That's complete, right side. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options, Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. And he has the Chicago touchdown! The Bears take a 3rd quarter lead. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Santos now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears push their lead to 3. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Short kick here, fielded at the 17. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Cowboys about set to take over. They just witnessed maybe the most impressive drive we've seen all game, Brock, and now they get a chance to answer with one of their own. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Dak now from the gun. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it, I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time. They really need to pick up a few yards.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Play action, Prescott. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
The give here on 2nd. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. Work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Bears back out on offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Off the play fake, Williams. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running with Swift out of the gun. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
So out now comes the punter. Torrey Taylor will kick this away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. 45 yards on the punt there. And they're going to take over possession. First and 10 now from the 30. The running back gets it on the draw. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. It's taken in by Lamb. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. It's a design boot. Complete out to the right side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Bears are going to take over deep in their own territory. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks a little short of that 35. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
1st down throw by Williams. And this one doesn't go far.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Oh, they're going option to the left side on 2nd. Big play, pushes them beyond midfield. And he takes this into enemy territory to the 48-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
When they drop these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
Flush down now to his left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. He's back to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Bears holding on to a field goal lead. 1st and 10 now from the 30. One in behind center with Swift. And he's brought down for a loss. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Going to run again with Swift. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Staying grounded with Swift. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the 1st. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Important moment as they turn to Cairo Santos. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond a field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are. and what they have to defend.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Turpin with a return. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. Ball at the 33 for first down. Back to throw. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
2nd and 3 now. Setting up to pass. Hits his running back. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running. He'll look to throw it. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here he is to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First down, here's Dak. He's got it at the 5. And it's a touchdown in the final minute. He's in, and now an extra point would give him the lead and maybe the win. So it was touchdown or bust here on this drive, Brock. A field goal wouldn't have done it, but they get the score they needed, and now a critical extra point forthcoming.
And now what I love, the pressure shifts to the other sideline. They do have some time left on the clock, and remember, all they're going to need is a field goal to go out and steal this one in the end.
They have this try now to put them in front late. And he gets the extra point, and that kick gives them the 1-point lead right near the end of this game. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Scott now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Bears and this running back headed back out for a new series. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's first down. Working from the gun, Williams. Trying to push it deep downfield. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Just couldn't find Romadunze there. And we'll see what they do here on second down. To throw, Williams. Got his target, Zacchaeus. And they bring him down around the 34. Timeout, Chicago. It uses its second. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Here's Williams. Dump off caught by his back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Important moment as they turn to Cairo Santos. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. It has enough leg, and it's good from deep. And that, folks, is your game winner.
That kick was a heck of a distance, but with the adrenaline that you know he had flowing through him in that moment, it helped give him all the drive he needed to send the game winner through.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Return starts at the 9. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Big shot is hauled in. Feet are inbounds. Oh, what a play! So the Bears take this one on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners as we say so long from Dallas.